Warming up or something else? Beautiful play. Oh, geez, how did he do that? Tunnel ball. Oh.
Will the guy call from in here, Bob? Like
I think so.
Sometimes they call it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what I've been told. Yeah. I'm guessing when this game finishes, apparently he's around somebody.
He's around Isaac.
Scotty, come.
She's going to be crazy, isn't it?
Very.
Hey, mate.
Hang on, Rob.
Rob, that's right. How you going? Nigel, how are you? That's not too bad. Where's Mandy, isn't it?
Yeah, no. What's the rain? Yeah, rain comes to us. North and east.
Yeah.
Just getting fringe on it.
Yeah.
Worse up first one.
This bloke can play.
Yeah, no. Six goals every week.
Kicked 11 at games.
At Pemberton. Yeah. I was there that day.
She's done how many league games? Hints.
We probably kicked it at half.
Yeah, it's got a nice. We've had a team in here. So we've got our winning numbers. Double up.
Double up two of those. These trips, there isn't like that.
No, it's okay. I'll get him off the play.
That's what it's Bob did today.
I'm going to squeeze in there. I can stand it.
Do you want to grab a
list of my
do you,
boys?
Or do you want to grab another chair?
Oh, another chair?
I reckon if he's. Do you prefer to stand or do you want to
I
sit?
actually don't mind standing. Oh,
We could have a chair if you know.
yeah, I'll just get the teams down and all. We got 15 minutes. And don't mind correcting me if I've got the wrong player either.
Well, my brother-in-law used to calling out the AFA. He said the only embarrassing is when the same bloke kicked it, the same bloke
I've
marked
done
40
that.
metres wide. He said that was all.
I think last year it was. I know there was 2 Thompsons and 2 Cowans, but
Yeah,
I'm sure they weren't in the same vicinity. They got it back.
Yeah.
What happens?
Okay.
It's not so warm, I think it's windy.
His arm is still taller than me as my ticket is.
Harry Taylor not playing today.
Vicky
No,
House said
mate,
she'd help.
he's up in Broom, sunny Broom.
Of course.
Do you really, well, Jane messaged me and stuff, and she said, oh, really? And she said, oh, I was going to put she slowed down.
After a couple behind.
I think Cam's.
I don't know.
Was it been 60?
Oh, could be. Yeah, it would be.
I think they're all meeting up there. Maybe Andrew and Diane and a few other.
A few mates.
Yeah, they're all meeting up.
So you're not actually like any sense anyway.
And I'd still be better than half the other fucking towns.
Oh, bless. Okay.
You shuffle it.
turn them on now because I had the message ready to go. So it should be coming. Unless they've changed the code.
No, it's not coming on. I just wanted a yes or no to whether we should.
Oh, there.
They're on now.
Does that bother you with your camera ring?
Well,
They're not like,
no, that's all good. It's all good. Ah dear. Boyup still haven't got their team yet. Where are you from, Rob? Perth? Yeah, Freo. How far's Perth from here? 3 hours. Oh, eh? Not too bad, not too bad.
He used to live in Albany, so the drive down from he used to drive from Perth to Albany.
Yeah. You go past here. When you go to Albany or not?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
straight
it's
through.
here, isn't it?
Straight through.
But, how did you grow up in LD, mate?
About 20 years.
Where? Yeah, I was there.
That's a point.
No Paul Smith either, eh? Good player. Well, both him and Harry.
Stay there.
I booked the fireplace on Thursday night. Took my shit over.
Right. Welcome everyone today to Kojonup Recreational Ground, Sporting Complex. Clash between Kojonup Cougars, sit on top of the ladder, and last year's premiers, the Boyup Brook Roos, who find themselves out of the four with a very small chance of making the four. Well, it's actually they can't make the four because their last game today with a bye next week. Before we start this game, this is a Rocky Lucifer Memorial game. Kojonup beat Boyup. Been an annual fixture since 2009. The Rocky played for both Kojonup and Boyup during his footy days. Coach Boyup Brook was trainer, strapping for Kojonup for 20 plus years. As part of 5 premierships teams in total, his legacy lives on with his influence on the techniques and knowledge of Kojonup trainers to this day. A best on medal will be awarded by the umpires at the end of the league game and a perpetual shield to the winning team. So obviously a great man, obviously related to Lee Lucifer, I would imagine. The game underway here. On to my left, we've got David Lee and Grant Smith, our trusted timekeepers in the box, and Rob Cronin all the way from Perth on the camera. So game underway, far side of the ground, comes over there to Johnny Saunders for the Roos. He's rushed it over the boundary line to be thrown in early stages of this game. Conditions tricky. A little bit of rain earlier on in the reserves game, won comfortably by the home team, the Cougars, by 7 or 8 goals. Ball's thrown in. Ashton v. Pisotto. Ashton, the veteran, played in a couple of premierships for the Kojonup Cougars since they've come into the Lower South West Footy League. And once again, the ball was rushed over the boundary line to be thrown in about 60 metres out from Boyup's goal. Just waiting to fine-tune Boyup Brook's team's lift. Struggling for numbers this year, Boyup Brook. Bit of a shame. Last year's premiership's been dogged by injury. A couple of their imports have gone away during the middle of a footy season, which was unheard of back in my day, but it's a modern thing. Ball's thrown up. Ashton wins the ball down. Still far side of the ground. In comes Pethick. Umpire's seen a free kick. And it'll go the way of the home team. Is it O'Shea? No, it's Pethick will take the relieving free kick just inside defensive 50. Lights on here. So far conditions not too bad. A little bit slippery out there. Haven't walked across the oval, but a little bit slippery in the reserves. Ball on the far side of the ground. Goes down and finds Leon van Verhoosen. One of those blokes that gets a lot of the footy, and I think I pronounce his name differently every time he gets it, but a terrific player. Goes far side of the ground there. Pisotto in best position. Over the top tries to come Lucifer. Shortest man in that pack comes out to Hanson. He gets a handball out, but Kojonup have the numbers now. They go down the far side of the ground and find Jackson. Still 2 kicks out from goal. Got players running for him. One of them in the middle of the ground, and that's a beautiful kick. And it finds Nicholas Horsler. Still inside 50. He goes short. They're looking for O'Shea. Spilt there by his own teammate. And he comes in, O'Shea. Comes over to Marinoni, the skipper. Kicks on goal. Shepherd there in the goal square, but all it's done is hit the goal pad. And the opening score of the game goes away the home side of the Cougars. And it's just to behind. A terrific snap on goal. An unselfish play in the goal square by Clancy Tonkin. And it hit the post. Ball's brought back into play by Hanson. Goes straight down the middle of the ground. Beautiful looking kick. Trying to find Mead. He had his hands full before the game trying to fill in the team's list, and now they have control through the Cougars. He goes in short, and that was locked Ryan Bellotti, and he's found Jackson. Will have a shot on goal from about 45, 48 metres out, directly in front, and he'll go back to kick the opening major of the game. In he comes now, Jackson, terrific play, gets a fair purchase of it. Just pushes it across the face of goal. And once again, it's gone through for a minor score. So all the play so far, the last couple of minutes going the way of the home side. Hanson to bring the ball in once again. Plays on outside the goal square. Has a player short. That's a skipper in Cowan. 2-time medalist back-to-back. He goes inboard. Good-looking kick, looking for his coach there, and finds Matty Michael. He decides to go the torpedo. They have the numbers here. Do Kojonup. In front is the Roos. And the free kick goes his way. And it'll go the way. I did have Bryce Friend in the list, but I'll have to double check that. Too far out to score. 60 metres out. He comes now, drives the ball long into a real dangerous position. In good position there. Brook, I think it was Riley. No, it's not Riley. But free kick's been paid. And the opening shot for Boyup Brook on goal come from about 20 metres out, directly in front. Just waiting for that teams list update. We have an injury here. It's young Crook. It's Archer Bombara. Doesn't waste any energy on that. The opening goal of the game goes away against the flow of play, goes the way of the ruse. But Archer Bombara kicks the first goal of the game. Boyup Brook 1 goal straight. And Kojonup just the 2 minus scores, 2 behind. So 4-point lead early as Archer Bombara doubling up today as RFU kicks the opening goal of the game from about 25 metres out. Just put himself in front of the contest there, was awarded the free kick and made no mistake from 20 metres. I'll definitely have this teams list updated as we go. Ball back in the middle once again. It's one out there by O'Shea, terrific player. Jackson in good position. He's man there by Ben Thompson, who's a terrific player himself. Ball comes out to Cowan. He gets a handball over to Michael. Back to Cowan. The ball's driven down once again. They have the numbers here, do they? It's the coach in Abbott. Terrific, played state footy a couple of weeks ago. Terrific player. Gets around his player with ease. Goes on the far side of the ground. He finds his teammate. I sent a free kick. No, he's paid the mark. Called to play on now. Goes in short and finds O'Shea. Still far side of the ground, centre wing. 1 goal neat. The visiting side. 2 behind the home side as O'Shea goes short and finds Van Verhoosen. Just using the ball beautifully at the moment. He goes short and finds a ruckman in Ashton. He's going to switch play now. Asking a fair bit there of Abbott. And free kick's been paid, and it'll go the way of Abbott. Had the numbers there, did the ruse, made a mess of it. Abbott plays on straight away. He has Heusler there, tries to go to the top of Thompson. That's a big ask. In comes Thompson once again, tries to get the ball out over to Bellotti. Thompson in there once again, and Heusler. Ball spills out to Jackson, has a flying shot on goal. Luciv in best position, the ball stays in play. What can he do here? Luciv just chucks it onto his boot, makes the umpire work. Free kick nearly paid there to Van Verhoosen, and the umpire's seen it that way. And Van Verhoosen will have a shot on goal. I'm sure he paid a free kick. There, the umpire signalled a free kick, but the ball will be thrown in. Goes Pasotto v Jackson. No one wins it down. Snap on goal. Boyup Brook have the numbers here back. He misses what he should have taken. Team sheet. Anyway, the ball comes out. Ashton in best position, and the veteran takes a relieving mark. Gets it over to Jamie Marinoni, the star from a couple of years ago. Misses his target, and the ball goes out of bounds, and the ball will be thrown in about 30 metres out from Kojonup's goal. So pressing here, the home side, looking for their first major of the game. Jackson gets his opponent out of the way. Could have been tackled without it. I said you had Pryor. Bit stiff there was Jackson, and Pasotto wins a relieving free kick. He goes wide and finds a skipper in Cowan. David Cowan, back-to-back association medal winner, terrific player, drives the ball in. Wormburner looking there for Talon Michael. Ball still in play. They have the numbers once again. It's slippery on the far side of the ground. Will the umpire come in? He'll come in now and throw the ball up about 30 metres out still from Kojonup's goal. Early stages, about 5 minutes in. Ball's 1 down. Once again to Cowan. Dangerous kick across the face of goal. In comes Hanson, just sockets it off the ground. Gains about 20 or 30 metres. First to the ball was Pethick. He gets a handball over, misses his target. In they come again. Bellotti's there, ties up. The Boyup Brook player in Thompson. And the ball will be thrown up right in front of the timekeeper's box here. Centre wing. 1 goal neat to Boyup Brook. Still 2 points to home side, the Ruse. Ball comes in. And Riley's tackled to the ground there by O'Shea. And it's Groundhog Day, and the umpire will throw it up in exactly the same spot again. Thompson v Ashton, a couple of big bulls going at it. Comes down to Matthew Marinoni, just drives it onto his boot. Saunitz gets his player out of the way, and Heusler misses the mark. It comes back to Marinoni, looking promising early. Puts the ball into the middle, but Luke Riley cuts it off. Just outside defensive 50 for the Roos. He's been called to play on now. Goes down the middle of the ground. Oh, it's a terrible kick, and Van Verhoosen cuts it off. He goes wide looking for O'Shea, who's also getting plenty of the ball early. He's got Marinoni in board. All he does is hit the man on the mark and Riley goes into the centre square and finds the coach in Matty Michael. Just controlling the ball here, a little bit sloppy going forward. The home side, Michael goes short and finds Hanson. He's going to wheel onto his left boot now, looking there for Cowan, and why wouldn't you? And Cowan takes the mark, centre wing, grandstand side. Plays on now, drives the ball long. There for the big fella down forward, but in front is Clark. Will he keep it in? Tries to keep it in and does. Puts it back into a dangerous position to his coach in Abbott. I don't think that's 15. It comes back to Abbott. Abbott's going to go down the far side of the wing, goes short and finds Charlie Tonkin. Tonkin plays on now. He goes short again. And Mackenzie Green takes the mark just outside defensive 50. Boyup doing well here. He's had to go long now. They have the numbers. In best position is Ben Thompson, and he takes a terrific overhead mark. Been out with injury a fair bit of this year. Decides to go long. Looking there for Cowan. He's got two to beat. Gets them both out of the way. In comes a third now. Marinoni. Ball's tied up. He's done well there. Has Cowan. And right on 50, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. 50 metres out from Boyup's goal. Only goal of the quarter so far. 1 goal straight 6 to just 2 behinds to the Cougars. Ashton wins the ball down. Comes out there. Riley puts a tackle on Marinoni. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Just inside 50, Boyup Brooks end. So not much action early in this game. Riley takes full possession of the ball. He's wrapped up there by Luciv. Working back now, Luciv. He must have been on Google during the week, I think. Lee Luciv. I only thought he knew where the forward line was. Anyway, the ball's thrown up once again. Comes out there to Hanson. Just sockers it off the ground. The big fella in Posado for the Roos takes clean possession. Great pickup. Goes over there to Talon Michael. David Coward in best position. Comes over there to Ren Lloyd. Great tackle there by Mackenzie Green. And they win the relieving free kick. Deep inside, defensive 50. Goes towards the boundary, over the top. Nearly the mark there to Clancy Tonkin. Umpire's seen a free kick. And it'll go the way of the home side. I think it's Nicholas Heusler. He goes in short and finds a skipper in Matthew Marinoni. Being called to play on now. He's got a player to switch to. Far side of the ground, it's Abbott. Gets around his play with ease on the mark. Now they've opened up the far side of the ground. Goes down there. It's O'Shea. He drives the ball long, looking for Luciv, who's working both sides of the ground. That's a terrific mark there by Lee Luciv. Thought he was out of position halfway through the ball's journey. Takes a terrific overhead mark. Wasn't that long ago, he's down in the back line putting a terrific tackle on Luke Riley, and he'll have a shot on goal from 30 metres out directly in front. He definitely knows where the goals are. Does Luciv. In he comes now, deliberate shot on goal. Umpire works a little bit, but it's gone straight through the middle. And the home side get their first goal on the board halfway through this first quarter, courtesy of a terrific overhead mark there from Lee Luciv. Didn't make any mistake. From 30 metres out directly in front. And they rest back the lead. 1 goal, 2-8. The Cougars. To Boyup Brook, just a solitary goal. 1 goal, 6. A terrific overhead mark from Luciv, working both ends of the ground. He's brought that into his play. The last couple of games I've seen him really working across the ground, got his fitness up. Doesn't mind going down there and helping the back line out. And pushed back and took a terrific mark. Ball back in the middle once again. No, Ruckman wins it down. First there is Matty Michael, the coach of the Boyup Brook Roos Premiership coach. Van Vergusen gets his player out of the way. In they come once again. Picked up there by Marinoni. Tries to go short. That was Hugh Hassel. Comes back to Van Verhusen. Just puts it onto his trusty left boot. And he finds Charlie Whitehead. Still too far out to goal. Puts it right into the danger spot. They have the numbers here. It's Hanson v Clancy Tonkin. Tonkin gets front position. He's got Hanson for company. In they come now. Could have been tackled high. Umpire doesn't see it that way. And he'll come in and throw the ball up about 40 metres out from Kojonup's goal as they look to press once again. Terrific ball use. Best in the league for mine by foot. Ball's one down. It comes straight up and down back to the ruckman in Pasotto. Handballs to no one in particular. It comes back to Clancy Tonkin. Gets the ball out. Van Verhusen's been everywhere. Chucks it onto his left boot. Ben Thompson in best position, and he takes a relieving mark about 20 metres out from his defensive goal. Terrific player, Ben Thompson. Tries to go long on the far side of the ground. Looking there for Mitch Hallett. And the ball's been chucked onto the boot. It goes out of bounds on the full. And Tom Cousins. Is it Cousins? It's Jackson will take the relieving free kick. Centre wing, far side of the ground. A little bit of lull in play now. Jackson decides to drive the ball long. Gets it inside the forward 50. They have the numbers here. Do the ruse. Made a meal of it. It comes over to Thompson. He gets a beautiful handball out to Pasotto. Now he goes back to where it come from. Jackson in best position, but the boundary line wins. And once again, they'll reload far side of the ground, centre wing. And Sam Jackson will take the relieving free kick for the home side. 7.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. And Jackson with a terrific kick finds Bellotti. Still too far out to goal, just outside forward 50. 2 kicks. Goes short. It's a beautiful looking kick. It's missed there by Tonkin, but he mops it up well. Gets a handball over, puts his teammate under pressure. In comes Crook. And he's been taken high. And he'll have a shot on goal from about 45 metres out. Slight angle. Got a player wide if he wants him. All on his own is Abbott. He's been interfered with by Riley. It's a little bit short one end, Luke Riley and Travis Abbott. Opposite side of the ground. Slight angle. A little bit better than that. They'll have a shot on goal from just outside 50. He'll take his best kick here, Abbott. I've only seen him play. State country player this year. It's a terrific effort. We don't get many of them in the last Southwest Footy League. And he comes now from 50 metres out. He gets a fair purchase on it. Made the distance, no worries. But it just goes through for a minor score. And 1 goal, 3-9. The home side. Just a solitary goal. The opening goal of the game for the Roos. They're 1 straight 6. As Cowan this time brings the ball and he decides to go straight down the middle. Looking there for Chiswell. He's well spoilt there by Abbott. Now they have the numbers on the far side of the ground. It's Bigwood for the Cougars. Gets around his play with ease. Looking there for Crook. Crook decides to come over the top. And the ball's gone out of bounds. Just forward to centre wing. Kojonup's way. Just over 6 minutes to go in this opening quarter. No rain at this stage. Over a little bit slippery. Ball's one out. Comes back to Cowan. Getting a fair bit of the footy in this first quarter. In come the numbers once again. The handball comes out towards Abbott. He handballs in the middle of the ground to Pethick. Just chucks the ball onto his boot. Umpire's seen a free kick. And it's a relay free kick. And Sam Jackson will take the kick. He decides to go short. Got a player on his own. And that's Bellotti. And Ryan Bellotti will go back from about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. And aim to get Kojunup's second goal of this opening quarter with 5.5 minutes to go. And he comes now, Bellotti. Deliberate shot on goal. He's pushed it across the face of the goal in best position with Kojonup. In comes Marinoni. Oisler comes in, gets a handball out, looking there for Lucif. He's got Riley there for company. Riley comes in and wins the ball at ground level. In they come once again. Crook tries to get it onto his boot. In comes Marinoni, Matthew, and wraps up Riley and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 30 metres out from goal, as they look to get one here before, another one before quarter time. Over the top comes Pasotto. I think he was rucking against Luciff. One that was eased. Ball goes into a real tricky position. In comes Hanson. In comes Bellotti, who's been good. Could have been tackled without it. Umpire doesn't see it that way. Stacks on the mill. And once again, umpire comes in and will throw the ball up about 20 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Goes Pasotto. Wins the ball down, but it's going nowhere. And the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. Doesn't waste any time. In comes Crook. Ball's still in dispute. Cowan, and the umpire will come in. Top of the goal square. Real dangerous spot here for the Roos. Ball's one out by Pasotto. Gets it over to Cowan. Wrapped up there by Crook. No prior. And the umpire will throw it up once again. Pasotto v Tonkin. Comes out there to Miller. Boundary line to be the best bet here for the visiting team, but it's kept in play. Comes over to Pasotto, picks it up, the big man off the ground, gets a handball over there to Lloyd. Terrific player. Tries to get a kick there to Riley. Riley done well. Opposed to Charlie Whitehead, not to give away the free kick. And the ball will be thrown up. Just outside defensive 50. 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Ringing the changes here as we push towards quarter time. No ruckman wins that down. It's Luciff doing the ruck. He's working back and doing the ruck. He's doing everything so far today. Umpire's seen a free kick. Didn't call play on, but umpire's seen a free kick and all of that. It'll go the way of Boyup Brook. No one manning the mark. Play on if he wants to. Decides to do that. Gains 5 metres right in front of the box here. Ashton in best position. Nearly takes the mark. It comes over to Abbott. Jamie Marinoni gets a handball over to his brother in Matthew. Comes back out to Abbott via a handball of Hassel. Now in the middle of the ground. It's Bigwood. Assesses the situation. Looking there for Tonkin. Just lands in front of him. In comes Whitehead. He's in front of Thompson. Thompson does well not to give the free kick away. Wraps up Whitehead. He's in trouble here. Deemed to have prior, and Thompson wins a relieving free kick. Inside 50, goes short and finds Riley, far side of the ground. Riley goes long and come off the side of his boot. And it'll come back courtesy of the coach in Travis Abbott. He's been everywhere so far in this opening quarter. He decides to go inboard and finds Ashton. Standing on the mark rule. Don't get me started on that one. It's a real tricky one. Interpretation differs play by play. But I don't think Brad Ashton will be too concerned about that, because that's going to put him within range. Just under 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. The veteran ruckman of the Cougars will have a shot on goal from about 40 metres out, slight angle. Looking to go back and get their second. And he comes now. Brad Ashton, deliberate shot on goal. And he's hooked that. And once again, it just goes through for a minor score. And 1 goal for the Cougars. 1 goal for 10. Brook still stuck on that opening goal. 1 goal neat 6. A 4-point lead to the Cougars. So nearly into time on in this first quarter. As Hanson plays on. He's got the numbers in the middle of the ground. Goes over the top of Pasotto and Fraser Mead. They still have the numbers in the middle. In comes Bryce Friend. Another one that's doubled up for the Rezzies. Ties the ball up. And just forward to centre, middle of the ground. The umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. Ashton v Pasotto. We'll call that most of the day. Pasotto wins the ball down in the direction of Bumbara. It comes back to Mead. Soccer off the ground, goes in the direction of Whitehead. Thought he was tackled high. Umpire doesn't see it that way. Could have been a throw. And the relieving free kick will be taken by the big strong ruckman of the Roos in Ryan Pasotto. Players running past. Cowan's one, decides to go short and finds Talon Michael. Handballs on straight away. Over to Cowan. Puts it onto his left boot, but all it's done is find Abbott at the back of the pack. He decides to go to the wing and finds Tonkin. Being called to play on now. Goes across ground and finds Clark just outside defensive 50, the strong fullback for the Cougars. He goes wide once again and finds Bigwood. Using the ball well so far as Cousins takes the mark. Centre wing tries to go inboard, misses his target. First back is Luke Riley for the Roos. Gets a handball out to Cowan, puts him under pressure. That was Talon Michael. And the ball will be thrown up. Centre wing, far side of the ground. 4-point lead to the Cougars. As we're getting close to quarter time here at the Kojonup Sporting Complex. Top of the table, Kojonup Cougars and the Roos. Well, they've had a disappointing year and they sit outside the 4 and won't be able to have a crack at defending their premiership last year. Ball still in the middle of the ground. Comes over to the big man in Pasotto. Gets the handball out. Comes towards Ren Lloyd. Didn't put his head over the ball. Hassel was there for the Cougars. Comes out to Crook. He's under pressure. Strong tackling in the middle of the ground. Umpire lets it go on. Ball still in play. In they come now. And Lloyd, I think it was O'Shea on the bottom of the pack. And they'll be thrown up once again. Just forward to centre, Kojonup's way. Nearly at quarter time. Crook gets it shoveled down to his chest. Comes back to Pasotto. He stands up in the tackle. O'Shea wraps him up. And the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. 4-point lead here. Nearing quarter time. Comes over to Cowan. Knocks the ball forward. It's Bigwood. Wheels around, gets onto his left boot. Tonkin in best position, and this time he takes a chest mark. Still too far out to goal. Decides to go short. It's cut off there by Mead. Hansen comes through, does well. He could be in trouble now. He's in big trouble now, is Hansen. Terrific tackle there by Pethick. And there on quarter time, Pethick is going to have a shot on goal from about 40 metres out, directly in front. Got around the first couple of players, did Hansen, but not the third. And that third one was Pethick. After the siren, in he comes now, Pethick. Umpire's seen something here. I think it might be a 50-metre penalty. The umpire's seen something. I'm not sure if that ball went through or not. Just watching what the umpire was doing. No score. Well, interesting end to that quarter. Thought there was a 50-metre penalty there. The umpire went straight up to a Boyup Brook player, but nothing given and no score. So quarter time here, Kojonup Sporting Complex. 1 goal forward to the Cougars, 10. The Boyup Brook, 1 goal neat, 6. So 4-point lead to the home side. The Rocky Luciff Memorial game, obviously a terrific name at the Kojonup Footy Club and community. So young Lee Luciff as well, he's doing a terrific effort with overhead mark and kicked the goal in that opening quarter, and the goal to Boyup Brook coming the way of Archer Pumbara after putting himself in a real tricky position in a pack, received a free kick and from 20 metres out put through the goal. So quarter time, 1 goal 4-10 to the Boyup Brook Roos, 1 goal neat. Just about to start the second quarter here. As we've just found out at quarter time, courtesy of some local knowledge. At the Rocky Luciv Memorial Game, Lee Luciv is Rocky's grandson, and the trainer for Kojonup, Bon Luciv, is also one of Rocky's grandsons. So the name lives on. Start of the second quarter, comes out of the middle, comes to O'Shea, who was terrific in that first quarter. That's a great looking kick, and he finds Whitehead. Still too far out to goal. Gets onto his left boot, but he's kicked into the man on the mark. Comes back to O'Shea. Comes into the middle of the ground. Numbers come in. One of them is O'Shea. And he wraps up Michael, and the ball will be thrown up about 80 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Slender 4-point lead. They had all the play in the second part of that first quarter, but couldn't kick a score, and had a shot after the siren looking for their second goal. Ball in a real tricky position, comes over to Jackson. A couple of shots on goal himself in that first quarter. Van Verhoosen was terrific as well. Bellotti just tucks the ball onto his boot in best position, and front position is Luciv. And Lee Luciv will go back, going for his second. And he'll kick from about 30 metres out. They're directly in front. Got himself up for this game. Terrific player, Lee Luciv. Worked the whole ground in the first quarter. A little bit of a Josh Kennedy stutter. Comes in now. And goes straight through the middle. Umpire did a little bit. It was hard to tell. Done enough. As Luciv puts through his second. Kojonup second. So far he's got both majors. The opening goal, first couple of minutes of this second quarter, goes away of the home side. And they go to 2-4-16. And Boyup, Brook, who looked promising early for the opening goal of the match, are stuck on that. 1 goal straight, 6. Charlie Whitehead, I don't know much about him. I haven't seen him play in the games I've done, but been terrific in that first quarter. Even though he kicked into the man on the mark there, he's giving himself a real focal point going forwards. The ball's run down to Posotto, but it comes to Matthew Marinoni. He thought he was awarded a free kick high, but he's thrown the ball prior to that. And in the middle of the ground will go to Michael. He's got Cowan wide. Saunders runs wide for him. He decides to go long, straight down the middle. This ball there comes over to Boyup, Brook. It comes out there to the only goal scorer in Bombara. He's got front position, picks the ball up beautifully off the ground. It's a handball over to Jamie Marinoni, back to O'Shea, and they're away again. But O'Shea's miskicked that one. It's gone about out of bounds on the full. And Archer Bombara for the Roos will bring the ball back into play. Still about 2.5 kicks out from goal as Bombara drives the ball long. But all he's done is hit Charlie Tonkin inside defensive 50. He was good in that first quarter, Tonkin. Every time the ball come down there, he did his job. The ball comes into the middle of the ground. O'Shea gets a handball back. The chip pass has been cut off there by Luke Riley for the Roos. Play reserves as well. Decides to go long, looking there for Cowan. Nudges Crook under the ball. Plays on now from 50. Goes in short, looking for the big fella. It says friend. I don't think it is. It's Callum Patel. Big fella at full forward. So he's going to have a shot on goal to get the quick response for the Roos. 25, 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball as Patel. There's a terrific mark. And Cowan once again is carrying this team, setting up this shot on goal. Then he comes now, Patel hasn't got a decent purchase of that. And all he's done is find Ashton right in the goal square. Didn't make the distance from 25 metres out, Patel, so I'll let off there for the home side. Ashton comes out looking for Luciv, and that's a terrific kick over 50 metres that finds Luciv just outside defensive 50. Players in the middle, and one of them is O'Shea, who's been terrific so far in this game. O'Shea being called to play on now. Gets it over, Talon Michael on the mark. And the mark has been taken by Scott Maher in the middle of the ground. Goes short and finds Riley, this time in front of Luciv. Right in the middle of the ground here, Kojonup Sporting Complex. 2 goals for the home side. 1 goal straight, the Roos. And they go now as Riley finds Matthew Michael. about 60 metres out from goal. So the usual suspect stepping up here for the Roos. Plays on now, goes wide, looking there for Cowan. He gets the bounce that he wanted, but Crook comes in and lays a terrific tackle on Cowan. And Josh Crook wins a relieving free kick deep inside defensive 50. A great feather in his cap there. Not many players have been able to do that over 2 years, and Crook laid a terrific tackle on Cowan. As Clark goes across the ground, finds Abbott, and on the far side of the ground, he's found Bellotti. He goes in the middle, and Ashton has found plenty of space. The ruckman goes short once again, looking for his fellow ruckman there in Jackson. Jackson drops what he should have taken. In comes Mead, and now in comes the umpire in centre wing, far side of the ground. The ball will be thrown up 5 minutes into this second quarter, with Kojonup holding a 10-point lead. Ball goes up. This time Ashton wins the ball over the top of Pasotto. Pasotto butters up as a ruck rover. He could be in trouble here, and the umpire sees it that way. The longer they wait, the more in trouble you are, and Ashton wins the free kick, centre wing, far side of the ground, with a terrific tackle there on his opposing ruckman in Pasotto. He goes wide and finds Jackson. Jackson's going to go wide once again, wide and long this time. In front is Whitehead. Still too far out to score is Whitehead. This time he wheels under his left boot, gets it over the man of the mark, and once again, Lucif in front. 2 or 3 metres in front of Hanson. Takes an easy, uncontested chest mark, and he'll go back from 25 metres out in a 45-degree angle, going for his third, and his team's third. When he comes now, a little bit of a stutter. Deliberate shot on goal. Umpire does not move, and Lee Lucif puts through his third, and his team's third. Just looking so dangerous up forward is Lucif. The more he runs up the ground, the more space he finds when he pushes back. And 3 goals for the home team, 22, and Boyup 1 goal straight, 6. So 16 points the margin, the early stages of this second quarter, with Lucif with all his team's majors so far. Really pushing back, and Hanson just had no match for him going forward. Landed in his arms. The ball comes out the middle of the ground. Cowan picks it up, drives the ball long, looking for the big fella there in Porter. Gets a handball over to Ren Lloyd. Ren Lloyd steps on goal. Terrific response there by the Roos, as big Shawnee Porter made a contest, gets a handball out to the star of the Boyup Brook Footy Club and Ren Lloyd, and on his left boot puts through a response out of the centre by Cowan. And they need more of that, the Roos, as Ren Lloyd gets their opening goal of the second quarter, courtesy of a centre clearance by Cowan. Contest there by big Shawnee Porter. And Ren Lloyd made no mistake after receiving that handball. All back in the middle once again. It's one down this time by Ashton. Goes in the direction of O'Shea, and he's tackled without it, and he'll win the relieving free kick right in the middle of the ground. Has players short. One of them is Ashton. Ball doesn't favour him. Now Pasotto's hot on his tail. Picks the ball up well off the ground. Does Pasotto for a big man. He goes wide looking for Bombara, asking a fair bit of him, and it goes out of bounds on the far side of the ground, and it'll be thrown in. A terrific couple of goals in a couple of minutes there by both teams. Lucif with his third, and then a quick centre clearance, and Ren Lloyd snapped truly from about 20 metres out. Ball was thrown in. Umpire will come in once again and throw the ball up. 3 goals for 22 the home side, 2 goals straight, 12. So 12 points the margin so far. Nearly halfway through this second quarter. Ball's back in the middle of the ground. It comes to Marinoni. He's just missed there by Talon Michael. Gets the handball out. It comes to the skipper in Matthew Marinoni. Handball's over to Crook. Drives the ball long. Once again, Lucif finds himself in front. Bounces around Hanson. Is he going to handball? Tries to handball. In front of goal was Lucif. A little bit too unselfish there was Lucif. The ball's knocked over for a minor score. And 3 goals, 5 now. So I'll let off there for the Roos. The ball will be brought back in once again by Hanson. He's got his hands full down there as Nicholas Hansen decides to go long. It's come off the side of his boot. It might have gone about a bounce on the full, has it? I'm not sure. It's just bounced inside the boundary line. Be thrown in right on the 50-metre mark. So Hansen run out of the square there. He's having a horrid time. Ball's just slipped off the side of his boot. And it's once again in a dangerous spot for the home side. Jackson this time does the ruck work. Gets the ball down. Handball comes out to Ben Thompson. He's well tackled there by Marinoni. They have the numbers once again. Stats on the mill. In comes Crook. In comes Hassel. Still in play. The umpire letting it go on here. Now he'll come in. And just inside forward 50 for the home side, the Cougars. The ball will be thrown up once again. They hold a 13-point lead. There's tried to be one out there by Michael. Comes over to O'Shea. He's been terrific so far in this game. And the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. Pretty much in the same spot, about 40, 45 metres out. One kick out from goal. Thompson gets front position. Wins the ball down. So O'Shea just chucked on the boot there. And the ball has bounced over the boundary line. It'll be thrown in this time about 30 metres out. The home side's goal, 3 goals, 5. They are all 3 goals to the small forward and Lee Luciv. And 2 goals straight are the Roos. Thompson wins the ball over the back. It comes to Crook, who's been terrific. Gets a handball over to Hassel. Now the ball's driven into a real tight spot. Talon Michael in best position. And he takes a terrific overhead mark deep inside defensive 50 for the Roos. So it's to go back to where it come from. Free kick could have been given. Comes over to Fraser Mead. Tries to get the handball over to Friend. Now they're in trouble. In comes the cavalry here for the home side. It comes out to Jackson. Ball gets chucked in deep again. Tonkin's in there. Ball comes out the back. In comes Luciv. He's working really hard down there. Could have been receive a free kick. And the umpire sees it that way for a high fend off. And Lee Luciv will have another shot on goal, going for his 4th, this time from about 35 metres out, a real tight angle. And this will really test him from here. I don't think he'll handball this time. And Lee Luciv, 35 metres out, he's been terrific down there. To go back to put his 4th and his team's 4th through. Halfway through this second quarter. In he comes now, Lee Luciv. Hit that a little bit thin, and it just goes through for a minor score. So 3 goals, 6 the home side, 24, 12 points up. The margin for Brook Rouge is 2 goals straight, 12. As this time Cowan does the kicking duties. He goes wide and long. Back there is Abbott, and Abbott takes the mark and will send it back inside 50 once again. Doing a terrific job this year is Abbott. As they look to get another premiership under their belt. He drives it deep inside 50. Luciv is there. Goes, has a couple of grabs at it. Nearly takes a mark. The ball socket off the ground by Cowan. And once again, it'll come back inside 50. I don't know. He's about 50 metres out from goal. I don't know if he's got the leg from there. But just the pressure they're putting on down forward is... Hey, boy, Brook. So many mistakes. As Crook has 2 grabs at it. Oh, I thought that was a mark. Comes out to Bellotti. Gets a handball out. Been the push in the back there to Boyup. But they win the ball through Hansen. He drives the ball long. Looking out there for Chilwell. Could have been interfered with. Umpire doesn't see it that way. First back is Mackenzie Green. Been tunnelled. Umpire just letting the play go on as in comes Pasotto. And he's wrapped up there by Bigwood. He's not wrapped up. He's been paid holding the ball. Ball comes back in the middle of the ground. Goes to the coach in Abbott. Drives the ball long. Looking there for Pethick. Goes over his head. Tries to butter up now. In comes Talon Michael. All he's done is handball straight to Van Verhoosen. Drives the ball down. And once again, it's that man Luciv who takes an uncontested chest mark. And he'll go back to have another shot on goal. From about 40 metres out. This time he decides to pass off. Marinoni, I think, the skipper, Matthew Marinoni. Real tight angle right on the boundary, 25 metres out. Well, he's just made that angle a little bit better now. The umpire's been very, very generous. He's opened the goals up for him from about 25 metres out. The skipper of the home side will come in and have a shot on goal. In he comes now, Matthew Marinoni, a star. Just hit that a little bit thin, and once again it goes through for a minor score. 3 goals 7 now. Wasted opportunities. Geez, tough conditions out there. The ball's getting heavy, a little bit slippery, but very unselfish play to try and put their teammates in the best position to get the major score. And 3 goals 7 they are to 2 goals straight. As Cowan this time does a kick in duties, he decides to drive the ball long. Out the back is Pasotto, playing as a ruck rover this time. Gets a handball over to Ben Thompson. Goes down the far side of the ground. And it's a missed kick, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. And once again, Abbott for the Cougars will bring the ball back in. Some good play there. Come off the side of his boot. Abbott decides to come in board. Finds the fullback in Clark. He goes wide and finds Tonkin. Tonkin will go wide as well. No good switch of play here as he finds Van Verhoosen. Beautiful looking kick. Could have been a free kick there to Whitehead. Van Verhoosen butters up. Now they have the numbers here in Boyup. Brook come in. Hallett wrapped up right in front of the commentary box by Pethick and Van Verhoosen. And the ball will be thrown up centre wing. I should get these numbers right, I reckon. They're right here as Pasotto comes over the top. Wins it straight down to Marinoni. Marinoni gets it back courtesy of Hoysler. In comes Riley. He could be in trouble. Umpire doesn't see it that way. Terrific tackle there by the skipper and Marinoni. Teasdale throws the ball up. No, Ruckman wins it down. Comes back to Hassel trying to use his weight. Michael gets some sort of kick on it. Callum Michael. In comes Matty Michael. Coming in hard. It comes over there to Patrick Riley. Free kick. It's been paid. Van Verhoosen and Callum Michael picked themselves up off the ground. Can't afford Van Verhoosen to get injured late in the season. He's been terrific player for them. Pasotto gets in front, wins it straight down to Cowan with a burst of speed. He looks for the big ample chest of Sean Porter, but it wasn't ample enough. He misses the mark. Now he's got to try and butter up. Gets the handball back out to Ren Lloyd, the last goal kicker. Snaps inside and finds Mitchell Hallett. Nearly made a mess of that, did Shawnee Porter. But he has played a game of reserves. And Ren Lloyd seen Hallett in a better position, and he'll go back from 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. We're right behind this one to go back and put through the visiting side's third to reduce this margin. And Mitchell Hallett. In he comes now, terrific young player Hallett. It's a good-looking kick. It's a terrific kick from Hallett. He made no mistake. And as much as Shorty Porter missed that chest mark, he put on a terrific second effort, got the handball out to Lloyd, and Lloyd spotted up Hallett in the middle of the goal square, and Hallett from 30 metres out made no mistake. So 3 goals straight now, the Roos. So they're kicking well, keeping themselves in the game. And that margin is reduced to 7 points with 6.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Terrific kick from Hallett. Changed his number again today just to throw me up a bit. Ball back in the middle of the ground. This time it's Jackson in the ruck. Wins the ball down to Hassel. He just drives the ball onto his boot. Bombara had 2 or 3 grabs and it could have been paid the mark. Butters up now. Umpire comes in and we'll throw the ball up. Right in the middle of the ground. 7 points the margin. 3 goals straight. Brook 2 goals in this quarter. Lee Luciv kicking all the goals for the home side. He's got 2 in this quarter as well. Ball coming out once again. Pethick's there. In comes Benny Thompson. Got his tail up now. Suspect looking handball comes over to Riley. In comes Bryce Friend. And in comes Horsler. And the ball will be thrown up just forward to centre. Kojonup's way. With 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Pasotto's going to have to do all the ruck work today. Posed there by Jackson. No, Ruckman wins it down. Pasotto tries to bullock his way through over towards Cowan. Ball still in dispute in the middle of the ground. And once again, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up, with the home side holding a slender 7-point lead as we move into time on in this second quarter. Ball goes up. Jackson gets Pasotto out of the way, wins clean possession, but he's wrapped up. And the umpire once again, wrapped up there by Benny Thompson, will come in and throw the ball up. Pretty much in the same position. Ruckman go at it again, using their strength. Ball socket off the ground. Once again, it's socket off the ground there by Cowan. Over towards Jamie Marinoni. In comes Hassel. And once again, in comes the umpire as Crook and Cowan pick themselves up off the ground. Pretty good battle there. Crook's done a really good job. Terrific tackle. Opening parts of this second quarter. Saved another shot on goal. As this time Thompson wins the ball down. And the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. Just for the centre. Boyup Brook's way. 7 points behind. 5.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. So rain comes in now. Ball's one out there to Chiswell. Matthew Michael picks it up. Hallett couldn't pick the ball up off the ground. Then it comes back to Abbott. He just chucks the ball onto his boot. They have the numbers here. Thompson misses it. Now they've put it in the middle as Hassel gets a handball over there to Pethick. Drives it on the far side of the ground. And he finds Clancy Tonkin. He's going to drive the ball long. Took the mark in front of me. Beautiful looking kick. Looking there for Luciv. Gets himself in front position. Now the ball spills over the back. Bryce Friend gets onto his left boot. It's smothered. But Pasotto's there. Picks the ball up. He's been good. The big ruckman for Boyup Brook. Gets a handball over to Saunders. Just chucks it onto his boot. Looking there for Friend. But the boundary line wins this one. And the ball once again will be thrown in about 60 metres out from Kojonup's goal. And Hugh Hassel, big frame, doing really well today, getting himself in really good positions and making some really important decisions. The ball comes over to Crook. He's tackled there by Matthew Michael. And Hassel once again and Thompson pick themselves up off the ground. And the ball will be thrown up about just outside 50, Kojonup's way. Thompson this time wins the ball down. It comes over to Riley. Ball just chucked on the boot. Chiswell's there. Talon Michael's there. Chilwell's there again. Some sort of handball over to Talon Michael. Couldn't get a handle on it. Still in dispute in the middle of the ground. In they come now. And the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. Earning their keep today, the umpires. As the rain comes in. This time Jackson wins the ball down. They have the numbers here. Michael could have received a free kick. Comes out to Hassel, gets the ball onto his boot, but all he's done is hit Pasotto. He just drives the ball onto his boot. There's Big Porter, the big ample chest once again, gets himself in position. It spills back out towards Tommy Cousins. And the umpire right on the centre square will come in and throw the ball up as they ring the changes. The Cougars just before quarter time. This time Thompson wins the ball down. What he does is get it to Pethick. Ball comes down right in front of us here. Mark is dropped there by Whitehead, but he's been terrific. Marinoni, who's just come onto the ground, picks the ball up. Hanson in best position. Now he's going to have some company, and one of them is Heusler. But he manages to get the handball over to Pasotto. Pasotto gets some sort of kick onto his boot. It comes over to Saunders. And Saunders does... Oh, he's been pinged for deliberate. I thought he'd done the smart thing there, Saunders. But the umpire's seen that as deliberate. And I think it's Tonkin is the recipient of the free kick. Too far out to score is Tonkin. Has a ping at goal anyway. And he's given the ball straight back as he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And Nicholas Hansen for the Roos will take the relieving free kick right on the boundary line. A pretty good game of footy here in trying conditions. 3 goals, 7. The Kojonup Cougars, the home side, sitting on top of the ladder. Bridgetown next week, so really good warm-up for them to go into the second semi-final. And Boyup Brook is kicking straight. 3 goals neat, 18. 7 points the margin. Hanson brings the ball in, looking there for Ben Thompson, but in front. It's Matthew Michael takes a terrific overhead mark. He goes short, looking for Cowan. I'm not sure if that was a mark. I'm sure it hit the ground. Bad luck there to Crook. Cowan plays on straight away, right in front of us, looking there for Porter. It goes over everyone's head. It comes to Porter. Porter tries to get the handball over to Talon Michael. In comes Chilwell. Umpire's seen a free kick. and it goes the way of the home side in Cousins. He goes short and finds Matthew Marinoni. He's got a player running through the middle of the ground, and that's Brad Ashton. He's got Jamie Marinoni short if he wants him, decides to go long now, but all he's done is kick it into a nest of Brook players. Mead drops the mark that he should have taken. Hanson just chucks it onto his boot. But all he's done is turn it over in the middle of the ground and hit Ashton. He goes wide and finds Travis Abbott. He drives the ball long, looking there for Peffick. Goes over hit head. What can Saunders do this time? Loose of Soccer's off the ground. It goes across the front of the goal. Once again, it's Pasotto. Great pick up by the big man over to Cowan. And he drives it to centre wing. Jamie Marinoni, the star from a couple of years ago. Oh, he danced around one, but he didn't dance around the second one. And the relieving free kick from a terrific tackle goes the way of Matthew Michael. He looks there for Talon Michael, his brother, but the ball goes out of bounds and it'll be thrown in centre wing. Right in front of the timekeeper's box. Just over a minute and a half to go, just before half time. Home side, 7 points up. Ball's one down by Pasotto. Comes over to Luciv. Umpire's seen a free kick. And it'll go the way of O'Shea, who's been terrific in this first half of footy. Lachlan O'Shea. The player in the middle of the ground. And that's Ashton. Providing a target. Gets a handball over to Marinoni. It was too slick to him. But he butters up. There's a big ruckman in Ashton. Gets a handball over to Van Verhoosen. Puts him under pressure. Hallett's there. Big Benny Thompson's there. Riley's there. He gets a handball out to Cowan. Back-to-back medalist Cowan. He goes wide looking for Michael. Could have given away the free kick there to Luciv. And the umpire sees it that way. And Luciv, right on centre wing, receives the free kick. He's got a player there. Could have given away the free kick there was Saunders. And I think it's Abbott will have a shot on goal from about 40 metres out, directly in front. And we know he's got the leg, Travis Abbott. Luciv tries to make his way down there. Inside a minute now, half a minute to go before half time. And Travis Abbott will have a shot on goal. Been terrific down back, Abbott. Coach of the home side. And he comes now. It's a good-looking kick at goal, but he's just pushed it across the face, and it goes through for a minor score. So another let-off there for the Roos. 3 goals, 8 now, the home side. The 3 neat. Boyup Brook near half-time here. So they've hung in there, the Roos. 4 or 5 players doubling up as Hanson will bring the ball in once again. Runs outside the square. He's got a fair purchase on this one. Misses his target there in Talon Michael. Now they have the numbers. Handball comes back out to Jamie Marinoni. He goes short in the middle of the ground. It's just chucked onto his left boot. Goes over the back. And that's half time here at the Kojonup Sporting Complex, with the home team holding an 8-point lead. 3 goals, 8, 26. To Boyup Brook, 3 goals straight, 18. So they've done well to hang in there. 2 goals apiece. Lee Luciv with all the goals for the home side. 1 in the first quarter and 2 in the second. And Bumbara kicked the opening goal of the game for Boyup Brook. And Lloyd and Hallett kicked 1 apiece in that second quarter. So 2 goals apiece. 3 goals, 8 to 3 goals as we move into halftime.
like he's working, but you can tell, I can tell he's not.
Well, he wants to
At
stay
half time
away.
here, Kojonup Sporting Complex.
He wants to stay
3
away.
goals,
He wants
8,
to-
home side, 26. 3 goals straight, Boyup Brook. So I probably didn't do it justice, but it's the Rocky Elusive Memorial Game, Kojonup v Boyup Brook. It's been an annual fixture since 2009. And Rocky played for both Kojonup and Boyup Brook during his footy days. He coached Boyup Brook, was a trainer / strapper for Kojonup for 20 plus years, was part of 5 premiership teams in total, which is a terrific effort. His legacy lives on with his influence on the techniques and knowledge of Kojonup trainers to this day. A best on medal will be awarded by the umpires at the end of the league game and a perpetual shield to the winning team. Also like to mention that Lee Luciv and Bon Luciv, Lee Luciv is playing today, as all 3 goals for the home side is Rocky's grandson, and Bon Luciv is one of the trainers for the Kojonup side today. So terrific family name, and Lee Luciv is making that stay up in lights today, as he always does. We'd also like to mention that last week, of course, was the Super Kids Super Heroes round. Bridgetown versus D-Mill match was played in support of the Super Kids Super Heroes Day, a powerful local initiative raising awareness and funds for childhood cancer. This cause was founded by Southwest parents Simon and Kim Kane, who I know personally, in honour of their brave son Declan, who was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma at just 8 years of age. Over the last 3 years, the Bridgetown Footy Club has shown incredible heart, raising more than $150,000 for the cause, and last week once again auctioned off their special edition jumpers after the match, this year's Spider-Man theme. All funds raised go directly to the Kids for Cancer project, helping to support life-saving research and improvement treatment for kids facing cancer, which is a terrific effort. And I do know Simon very, very well, and he just keeps that going, and that's a terrific effort to raise that much money in a sporting community like we are in the Lower South West Footy League. So everyone supports that, not only the footy community but the whole community, and it's not just the Bridgetown community, it's the community in general, far and wide. We'd also like to mention our broadcast sponsors or partners in Triple M, Rocks Footy and Taliesin Lithium Mining. So half-time in this game, 3 goals, 8, the home side, quite a few let-offs there. Straight kicking has kept Boyup Brook into this match as they find themselves only 8 points down against the league leaders, ladder leaders in the Kojonup Cougars. So can they get a couple of early goals, the Boyup Brook Roos, to really put the pressure amongst the home side, the Cougars? They've been terrific. O'Shea, Abbott down back, Ashen. Everyone's done their bit today in really trying conditions, very slippery out there. Pasotto's been terrific for the Roos, rucking and doing a lot of work at ground level. Talamine, Michael, and also David Cowan. The ball's one down there by Pasotto. He gets it straight down to, was it Hassel? Ball comes out now to Bellotti. Picks the ball up off the ground. One grab, goes short and finds the ample frame of Sam Jackson, who was terrific in that first half of footy. He goes in the middle of the ground and finds a skipper in Matthew Marinoni. Still too far out to goal. Gets a handball over to O'Shea. He puts it in a real dangerous position, looking there for Luciv. Goes over the top of his head. And the ball goes out of bounds right near the point post. And it'll be thrown in. So, good start here by Kojonup. Pasotto won the ruck knock down. Jackson this time wins it down. Goes straight to Michael. Comes over to Jackson. Tries to drive the ball onto his boot. Cowan's been terrific all day. Tries to pick the ball up. In comes Crook. They have the numbers now. Shot on goal. Touch ball it was. Talon Michael picks it up. Tackled there by Marinoni. It's tough in there. Friend tries to get the handball out towards Talon Michael. He tries to fend off Crook, who once again puts on a terrific tackle, and he's been awarded the free kick for a fend off. And Josh Crook will have an opening shot on goal in the second half, 30 metres out, right on the boundary line. That's his spot. Josh Crook laid some terrific tackles there against some real powerful players. One of them Cowan, this time Talon Michael, shot on goal. It's not going to make the distance. I think he's given it straight back as the ball's gone out of bounds on the full. And this time Talon Michael will take the relieving free kick. He must have kicked it straight out on the full because he's taken it where he stood the mark. Talon Michael comes down. In best position is Abbott. as Pasotto falls over right at the inopportune time. Plays on straight away now, looking there for Jackson. Turns his player inside out. Lucif's there, picks it up, gets a terrific bounce. Handball back to Lucif. He can have a shot on goal for number 4. It goes across the face of goal and goes through for a minor score. So the opening score of the second half goes away elusive, but it's another minor score. 3 goals, 9 now. The home side, ball brought back in straight away. Looking there for Cowan, claims the mark. I thought Crook got a handle on it. He did. Cowan comes inside and finds Ben Thompson just outside defensive 50. Has players wide if he wants them. Been called to play on now. Goes straight down the middle of the ground. Terrific kick and finds a coach in Matthew Michael. He's going to go long once again. Puts it there looking for Porter, who provided target, but in front pops Abbott, and he takes a relieving chest mark just outside defensive 50 for the home side, the Cougars. Goes wide and finds Jamie Marinoni, the star from a couple of years ago. That goal after the siren to go to extra time, and Kojonup came away with a win against the highly fancied Bridgetown Footy Club. Ball comes back into play. Riley in best position, picks the ball up, tries to get the handball out there to Hanson, but it comes to Matthew Marinoni, just chucks it onto his boot, and Van Verhoosen takes the mark at ground level. A little bit hurt towards the later part of that second quarter. Van Verhoosen, this time he lets himself down as he kicks it straight into Luke Riley. Oh, he could have been tackled high. Riley, they come in hot on him. I think it was Marinoni. And Riley wins the relieving free kick. He goes wide. Michael's got a bit of space now. Has a shot on goal. Big Porter's there. In front. The mark's nearly taken. In comes Porter once again. Ball's been punched through for a minor score. So the first minor score of the game, an opening score in the second half. 1 point apiece. Ball comes back into play. Finds Abbott. He plays on straight away. Terrific player Abbott goes inside and finds O'Shea, who had a terrific first half of footy. O'Shea goes down the middle of the ground and finds Jackson. Gets a handball back to O'Shea. O'Shea had spent it before he got it. Handball straight to Hallett. Looks there for Thompson. It goes over the top to Porter. Porter will snap on his left. Should have done better there. Porter had more time on his natural side. And it goes through for another minor score. Pickpocket there from Mitchell Hallett, as O'Shea missed the handball. Went the handball back to Jackson, and Hallett was there. Ball's brought back in, and once again it finds O'Shea. He'll get the handball back to Marinoni. Marinoni looking for Clark. They're under pressure now. In they come. Lloyd's one of them. Goal kicker in the first half. Ball comes out to Matthew Marinoni. Gets a handball over to Jamie. He couldn't do much with it. Riley picks it off him. And now the umpire will come in and throw the ball up once again, about 70 metres out from Boyup's goal. They've started with a bit of vigour here in the second half, Boyup, Brook. Jackson, it's Ashton gets front position, comes out to Hassel. This time Marinoni gets a clear kick and he finds Jackson. Been terrific, Sam Jackson. Plays on straight away, drives the ball long, looking there for Lucif, trying to work his player under the ball. That was Hanson. Over the back is Thompson for the Roos. It comes back to Lucif. He could have been tackled without it. No, the umpire said he'd thrown it. And Ben Thompson wins the free kick for the Roos. Tonkin tries to come in and spiral, looking down there for Michael, gets front position. They have the numbers here. Matthew Marinoni's one, and he goes short and finds Jackson. Players in the middle of the ground, being called to play on now. Gets around the man on the mark with ease. Drives the ball long on his left boot. And Lee Lucif has found plenty of space. Not sure what happened there. Uncontested mark. No one from Boyup Brook within 10 metres of Lee Lucif. He's going to go back from about 45 metres out. Don't know if he's got the leg from here. Lee Lucif looking for his fourth. Comes in now. It's a good-looking shot on goal. It's going to land a little bit short. In best position is Thompson. I'm not sure what's happened here. He might have juggled it over the line, but the umpire said it's a clean mark. And Ben Thompson standing up strong. Now the umpire's called that, and it'll go through for a minor score. Working hard is Thompson, plays on straight away, drives the ball long, looking for the coach there. Over the back is Jackson, and once again he takes an overhead mark on the second grab. He goes wide and finds Van Verhoosen. So Van Verhoosen gets onto his left boot, looking there for Pethick. In front is Riley. Handball comes back out to Jamie Marinoni. He's got a player short, looking there for Luciff. Could have been interfered with. Now he comes back in. Luciff, Bellotti. In they come now. Hoysl's one. Wheels around, has a bit of time, has a shot on goal. But all he's done is pick Thompson out, who stayed in the square and took the relieving mark. Goes wide and finds Matthew Michael. He goes wide once again in the middle of the ground, looking there for Hallett. Over the back has been Crook. This time he's been tackled with a terrific tackle from Hallett. Cowan's there. In they come. Hoysl's one. Abbott's another. Trying to keep the ball in front of him. Cowan's there. Gets a handball over. The tackle's late by Riley. And in the middle of the ground, the tackle was on Pethick from Luke Riley. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. 3 goals, 9. 8 points up over the Boyup Roos, who are now 3 goals, 1. All in the middle of the ground. In comes Talon Michael. Just sits on his player in Van Verhoosen. Now it comes out to brother Matthew. Tries to soccer off the ground. Couldn't get a foot on it. Over to Matthew Marinoni. Terrific pick-up. Handballs to his teammate under pressure. Now they have the numbers here, the Roos. Trying to win the ball out. And they can't. I think it was Saunders. No, it was Bryce Friend. And the ball will be thrown up right on forward 50 for the home side. Jackson gets front position. Over the top comes Thompson. Gets it down to Luke Riley. Handball over to David Cowan, to Matt Michael. He looking for brother Talon. Puts his body on the line. It's picked off his hands by Jamie Marinoni. Out to Bellotti. Now Clark took his eye off it for a minute. Gets the handball out. Now he's got a player there in Jackson. No. It's Tommy Cousins in front of Jackson. Takes the mark. They had the numbers. He goes short and finds Tonkin. He's going to wield around, and he does so. Drives the ball long. In front is Thompson. And once again, he takes a relieving mark inside defensive 50. Standing up tall is Thompson in front of Tonkin. He goes long, looking for Hallett. Abbott has the height, drops the mark, comes over to Hallett, just drives the ball onto his boot. Clark in best position, and Clark takes the mark. Now he's got players wide. One of them is Jamie Marinoni. He's got time to assess the situation. Another player wide, and he goes that way, and I think it's Horslow on the far side of the ground. He comes inboard, looking for Pethick, picks it up on the half volley, tries to get the handball over to Charlie Tonkin, mucking around with it in the middle of the ground now. Umpire will come in, and just forward to centre will throw the ball up once again. With the home side, 8 points up, a couple of points each in this third quarter, early stages of the second half, halfway through this third quarter. Ball's thrown up. Ashton gets Posotto out of the way, wins the ball down. Umpire's seen a free kick, and it's going to go the way of the Roos. And it's their skipper in Cowan. He decides to get a worm burner looking there for Riley. He's got a couple of metres on Abbott. In comes Abbott now. Misses his target. Riley picks up, kicks into the man on the mark. That was Bigwood. He done well there, Bigwood. Wins the ball up and drives the ball on the far side of the ground. Now he's got players in the middle. One of them is Hassel, and Hassel takes the mark. He's got Bellotti wide as well. It's a great kick, and Bellotti takes the mark. Centre wing in front of Posotto. Plays on now. Posotto argues with the umpire. Tries to buy up the ball long, but Talon Michael cuts it off right on defensive 50. He goes short, looking there for his brother Matthew. Hassel comes in. Bellotti comes in, and Matthew Michael ties him up. And the umpire will come in the middle of the ground and throw the ball up once again, halfway through this third quarter. Up they go. Ashton sits down as Posotto wins it to Cowan. Comes back to Hassel, who's been good. Drives the ball on, looking there for Bellotti. He finally gets it. Comes back to Hassel, who's getting a fair bit of the footy. That's a beautiful looking kick. And he finds Horsler. Horsler plays on straight away. And in the middle of the ground finds his skipper in Matthew Marinoni. He does the same. And it's that man, Luciff. Lee Luciff, grandson of Rocky, will have another shot on goal from 35 metres out, basically directly in front, going for his and his team's 4th goal. In he comes now, Lee Luciff. I think he's pulled that kick once again, and it just goes through for a minor score. So another let-off for the Roos. 3 goals, 10. The home side, 28. The 3 goals, 125. 3 goals, 119. As Hanson comes in with his trusty left boot, Jackson in best position. Over the back was Luke Riley. Comes back to Luke Riley. Michael just sockers it off the ground, but once again they have the numbers back, the defence of Kojonup, and one of them is Abbott. He comes right in front of us and finds Charlie Tonkin. Abbott runs on, can get the ball short. Tonkin decides to go that way. It's an awkward looking kick, but Abbott had plenty of time and takes the mark right in front of the timekeeper's box. Decides to go inboard, misses his target there in Marinoni. Matthew Michael comes in. Lockie Hanson comes in. And then the defence of the Cougars comes in and Mackenzie Green wraps him up. And on centre wing, the ball will be thrown up once again. Halfway through this third quarter with the home side, 9 points up. No ruckman wins it down. Michael tries to get it off the ground. It comes over there to his brother Talon. He's wrapped up by Hassel. And the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. Jackson gets Michael out of the way. Comes over the back. Saunders sockers it off the ground. In comes Mackenzie Green. He's a big frame. Gets rid of Saunders with ease. Then the ball slips out of his hands and goes out of bounds. Right in front of the timekeeper's box. Just over halfway through this third quarter with the home side holding a 9-point lead. Throwing in once again. This time Jackson gets front position of Pasotto. Comes over to Hassel, who's proving to be a hassle for the Boyup Brook Roos. Over the back to Tonkin. Gets a beautiful handball out to Marinoni. Now there's a player in space, and that is Pethick. It's just him and the goals. Will it sit nicely for him? Just soccer off the ground, young boy. No, he decides to go around. Makes hard work of it, does Pethick. But he's done enough to put it through. And the opening goal of the second half goes the way of the home side through Pethick. Probably could have socketed it off the ground, but he knew what he was doing. He's been good today. And from the top of the goal square, puts it through. Made it look a little bit harder than what it should have been. But he got the job done. And Pethick gets one for the Cougars, with Luciv with the other 3. So well done to Jeffrey Pethick. He's been good today. Found himself in open space. Terrific kick there from Marinoni. Put the ball in the right position. And he made no mistake from a couple of metres out. 4 goals, 10 now, the home side. 3 goals, 1, the Roos. Just extend that margin once again. Trying condition. Ball in the middle of the ground. Comes to Cowan for the Roos, who's been terrific. Gets a handball over to Riley. Puts him under pressure. He's well tackled there by Luciv. Jackson out to Van Verhoeven. The ball goes straight up and down. It's in the middle of the ground once again. Over to Heusler. Drives the ball long, looking for the last goal kicker in Pethick. Got a free kick there, Pethick. Ball comes back out to Tonkin. Luciv, who's moved into the middle of the ground, gets a handball over. It's time to Heusler. He's got Jackson out the back of the pack. Mucking around with it a little bit in the middle of the ground. In they come now. One of them is Cowan. And he might have given away the free kick in the middle of the ground. And he has. And Charlie Tonkin will take the relieving free kick in the middle of the ground. Has Abbott running past. That's a better handball. He's going to drive the ball long. It's right in a dangerous position. The marks drop. Comes over the back to Whitehead. Whitehead snaps on goal. And Charlie Whitehead puts back-to-back goals through for the home side. And in the blink of an eye, they've opened up this margin and they're 3 goals now as Whitehead gets himself on the board. Terrific run off halfback there by the coach in Abbott, who's been terrific all game. Put that ball down, got into the hands of Whitehead, and he made no mistake from 10 metres out. So back-to-back goals for the Cougars. 5 goals, 10 now. 40 to 3 goals, 119. 21-point lead. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Comes over to Luciv. Goes wide and finds Tonkin. Charlie Tonkin. He's going to handball now to Cousins. Misses his target. His ball's slippery. But Cousins has plenty of time to come back inboard. Looking for Heusler. Misses his target. They have the numbers here. In comes Cowan. Working hard in the middle. He wraps up Heusler. Umpire's letting the ball go on here. It spills back out. Still in play. Still in there. Comes over to Luciv. He just puts the ball onto his boot. Tonkin, 1 grab, 2 grab, 3 grab, not quite. Ball hits the ground. In they come now, the defence. Mead wraps him up. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 40 metres out from Kojunup's goal. Found their mojo in the last couple of minutes, the home side, with back-to-back goals through Pethick and Whitehead. Comes out to Elusive, tries to get the handball over to Hassel, over to O'Shea. Ball comes back out to Heusler, has time to assess the situation. Thompson in front, and Ben Thompson takes the relieving mark. 20 metres out from the defensive goal for the Roos. Decides to go long. Hassel in best position, and Hassel takes the chest mark, still too far out to goal. He's got Elusive all on his own in the middle of the ground. Been terrific today, Hassel. Another player short. He misses his target in Marinoni, but he's got time to pick up. Wheels onto his left, looking for Elusive. And Elusive takes another chest mark in front of his opposition player there. And he'll have another shot on goal from 40 metres out, directly in front. And going for his fourth here, Elusive. Been terrific, middle of the ground, up forward. A little bit of a stutter. It's got a fair piece on that. Has it got the distance? I think it has. And Lee Elusive from 40 metres out, directly in front, right on his kicking length, puts it through for his fourth. 3 goals in a row now to the home side. And they've really opened up this margin after half time. Just about to move into time on in the third quarter. Elusive gets his fourth. Pethick and Whitehead as well, goals in this quarter. And stretch this margin. 6 goals, 10 now, the Kojonup Cougars. Sitting on top of the ladder for a reason. 3 goals, 1, the Boyup Roos. So this margin is increasing by the minute. Ball back in the middle of the ground. It's one down by Pasotto in the direction of Hassel. The ball comes out to Cousins. Bigwood. Bigwood drives it long to the wing. Lee Elusive in best position to pick the ball up. He's got numbers here. One of them is Tonkin. He's got players in the middle of the ground. Gets a handball over to Hassel. Can get it back. Hassel tries to get around his player. Didn't have a lot of time there, Hassel. Ball's knocked out of his hand. Been pinged for holding the ball. Now there's a 50-metre penalty. And Talon Michael will take the kick and put this deep inside the forward 50 for the Roos. Tonkin takes the mark. Talon Michael decides to go short. They have the numbers here. The Kojonup defence. One of them was Jamie Marinoni. Gets the handball out to Bellotti, then to Abbott. He goes wide, looking there for Whitehead. Still in play. Whitehead trying to keep it in. He's got Chilwell there for company. Just sockers it off the ground. Back to Bellotti. Tries to get a handball back out towards Ashton. He wheels around his player with ease. Goes in the middle of the ground and finds O'Shea. O'Shea handballs over to Hassel. Hassel can give the ball back. He does so to O'Shea. O'Shea goes short. Looking there for Pethick. He gets knocked out of the way by Hanson. Tries to get the handball over to Saunders. Now Saunders has got some company over to Pethick. He handballs over to Matthew Marinoni. He can run into an open goal. The skipper decides to handball over. They're making hard work of it here. It goes to Tonkin. And this time Tonkin off the ground, goal line, puts it through for another one. Thought Marinoni could have had a shot on goal, but unselfishly gives it over to Clancy Tonkin. He made hard work of it, but the goal counts, and that's 4 in a row to the home side. They stretch this margin once again. Just had numbers on this side of the ground. They switched play, 3 or 4 kicks, and all of a sudden they opened it up. Matthew Marinoni, the skipper, could have run into an open goal. Unselfishly handballs over to Clancy Tonkin. Dropped the handball, put a bit of pressure on himself, but from the goal line, socketed it through. And Clancy Tonkin gets his first of the game. And the home side's fourth of this quarter. Ball's one out of the middle. Driven forward. Big Sean Porter's there. In comes Hallett. Lays a terrific tackle on Clark. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up just inside forward 50 for the Roos. 4.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. They need a goal now. Top of the table leaders. The Kojonup Cougars are just flexing their muscle in the last 10 minutes. Ball comes out to Clark, just chucks it onto his boot. Front position is Hassel, who's been terrific. Over to Elusive, who's also been terrific. Socket off the ground by Matthew Michael. Good shepherd there by Jamie Marinoni for Abbott. Over to Clark. He goes wide and finds Bellotti still inside defensive 50. He's got players running for him. One of them is Tonkin, Charlie Tonkin. Tries to play on, tries to get the ball back to Bellotti, puts him under pressure now. In they come, the Boyup Brook forward line. Bellotti mops up, gets a short little cheeky kick, looking for Ashton. He's got time to wheel around, just chucks it onto his boot. Pethick in best position, but the boundary line wins, and on centre wing on the far side of the ground, the ball will be thrown in. 6 goals, 10 the home side. 3 goals, 1 Boyup Brook. 4 goals in a row in the last 10 minutes for the Cougars, and they've opened this margin right up. Ball in the middle of the ground. Pasotto picks it up off the ground, gets a handball over to Riley, over to the coach in Matthew Michael, just chucks it onto his boot, looking for Lloyd. In they come now. They're working hard. Over to Hanson, chucks it onto his left boot. They have the numbers. Green's there. It's cut off by Clark. Now they've got the numbers right in front of the commentary box, and one of them is Bigwood. Bigwood decides to go short. They also have the numbers 3-1. Pethick's there. In comes Hassel. Good work from Bombara. He tried hard. Handball comes out delusive. He's got the coach. You should give it to him. And he does. The coach just drives it on his boot in Abbott. And he's tackled late there by Saunders. And the kick will be taken downfield by the skipper in Matthew Marinoni. And he'll have a shot on goal from 30 metres out. 45-degree angle. And this time he won't handball it off. Deliberate shot on goal. Wasn't much in that one. Saunders on Abbott. But the umpire's been calling that all day. They've been consistent. And Matthew Marinoni, the skipper of the Cougars, will go back looking for his first of the game. And their 5th of the quarter. In he comes now. And he's missed what he should have got. Just through for a minor score. Just over 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. 6 goals, 11 now. The home side. 3 goals, 1. The Roos. 4 goals in a row. Has opened this margin out. It's going to be hard to come back from here. And they've really flexed their muscle. As Michael comes in, tries to go the torpedo. Pasotto in best position, drops what he should have taken. It was uncontested in the end. It comes over to Bumbara, early goal kicker in this game. They have the numbers. Van Verhoosen gets it out, over to Luciv. He handballs out to Marinoni. Back to Luciv! And Luciv puts it through for his 5th. Unselfish play once again. 2nd goal of the quarter to Lee Luciv. Marinoni, the skipper, got it out. It's a big game for the Luciv family. Got it out to Lee Luciv. And from point-blank range, he made no mistake. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third for the small forward who's now in the middle of the ground. And he's got 5 as we close in on 3-quarter time. Might have to check that scoreboard. I've got 8 goals, 11. 3 goals, 1. So they've really opened up this margin. 5 goals to 0 in this third quarter. Ball back in the middle of the ground. No ruckman wins it. It comes to that man once again in Luciv. Looks down there for Heusler. Riley thought he had more time than he did. He's tackled by Pethick. In comes Lloyd. O'Shea gets a handball out to Ashton. He heard the voice of Van Verhoosen and found him. Now Van Verhoosen can drive it long in front position. Is Thompson over the back. This time Marinoni will have a shot on goal, surely. Of course he does. And the skipper puts it through for another one for the Cougars. As Matthew Marinoni has set up the last 2. This time he got 1 for himself. 6 goals to 0 so far in this third quarter. And this margin is stretching by the minute as the skipper, who's pushed forward, gets amongst the goals. For Matthew Marinoni, given 1 to Tonkin in the goal square, another 1 to Lee Luciv. Now he gets 1 for himself. So it's getting a bit out of control here for the Roos. And kick the solitary behind in this quarter, where the home side have kicked 6 goals. Ball back in the middle, 1.5 minutes to go. Pasotto wins it down in the direction of Cowan. He's trying to knock the ball out. In comes Hanson. And in comes the defence of the Cougars. And the ball will be thrown up centre half forward for Boyup Brook. without a goal so far in this third quarter. Ashton reaches around and wins the ruck knockdown. Comes to Hanson. He's wrapped up. He could be in trouble. He is in trouble. Made no attempt to get that ball out. And Lee Luciff wins the relieving free kick. He's going wide, looking there for Ashton. We'll call that a hang for the veteran. Gets over the top there of Bumbara. Tries to go short to Heusler. He's got players to help. One of them's Bellotti. It's cut off by Chilwell. Also gets the handball back to Bellotti via Ashton. Tries to dance around here. Now he's in trouble. He's wrapped up there by Ren Lloyd. Just tried to be a little too cute there. Was Bellotti. And Lloyd makes a saving tackle. Drives the ball down looking for Hallett. Hallett misses what he should have taken. In comes Talon Michael. Sockers it over to his brother and Matthew Michael. Oh, I didn't see a hole there. Now he's in trouble. Tried to dance through 3 or 4 Kojonup players. And he didn't make it past the first one. And that was Jamie Marinoni. Goes in the middle of the ground. It's dropped there by Whitehead, but he's got time to recover. And goes over the far side of the ground and finds Van Verhoosen. He gets onto his left boot and finds Heusler. They play it at all costs now. Drives the ball long once again. Ball was cut off there by me. We're going to three-quarter time. We have 8 goals, 11. We'll just double check. I think the scoreboard might be up. It's 6 goals to none in that third quarter. And this margin, I don't think Boyup can come back from this one. Terrific effort. Lee Luciff with 5. Pethick, Whitehead, Tonkin. That is Clancy Tonkin and Matthew Marinoni with goals in that third quarter. So 6 goals to nil. And at three-quarter time, 8 goals, 11? 9 goals, 11 to 3 goals, 1. So the margin increased that last half of that third quarter. Kojonup put their foot down, got amongst it. Lee Luciff with 5 in his granddad's memorial game. So he's been terrific all day in the middle and up forward. And Brook couldn't stem the flow as that quarter went on and on. We'll come back after the break and get into this last quarter. I've got 5, 6. Huddle's just about to break here, three-quarter time. Kojonup Sporting Complex. 6 goals 4 to 1 point in that third quarter the way of the home sides. 9 goals 12. to 3 goals won, just 1 point to the Boyup Roos. So last half of that third quarter, Kojonup put their foot down. Boyup had a bit of a moment there for a couple of minutes, but they couldn't score. But the last half of that third quarter was all one-way traffic. Lucid with 2 in that quarter. His match tally is 5. He had all the goals up to half-time for the home side. Pethick, Whitehead, Tonkin and Matthew Marinoni with a goal apiece in that third quarter. Bombara kicked the first goal of the game for Boyup Brook. And we got Lloyd and Hallett with 1 apiece, but they were all in the first half. And before we go into this third quarter, Filming Footy would like to thank the sponsor. So Mark of the Year is Agfree. There's a $3,500 prize. A good chess mark today, I reckon, would go into the bucket for that one. It's pretty tough conditions. Goal of the Year sponsors Kimberley Accommodation Group. That's 3 nights accommodation at Kimberley Accommodation Broome. Player of the game always receives the Archie Thongs. And we also like to thank Delta Ag, UTF Trailers, Alum Lube, Southern Fuels, and there's quite a few others amongst them that make all this happen. So we'd also like to thank our broadcast partners, Triple M Rocks Footy and Callison Mining. We start this last quarter, all one-way traffic here. Ball comes out. Cowan's first on the scene, could have been tackled without it. Umpire doesn't see it that way. In comes O'Shea. Now the Michael boys are there, and Matthew and Talon. Matthew picks the ball up off the ground, gets it over to Miller, tries to get the handball out. It comes back to Tonkin. Pasotto, who's tried hard for the Roos all day, chucks it onto his boot, lands in front of Hallett. This bloke's been terrific. That's the coach of the Kojonup Cougars in Abbott. Gets a handball out to Pethick, drives the ball long. In front is Ben Thompson, who was good in that third quarter, opposed to Tonkin. Now they go at it once again. Tonkin with a goal in that third quarter. It comes back to Marinoni, back to Tonkin. Tries to sell a bit of candy. Now he's in trouble. The ball goes out of bounds. Let off there for Kojonup. It'll be thrown in about 70 metres out from their goal as they look to press this margin even more. 20 minutes of footy left in this quarter. Ball goes over the back. Sport there by Talon Michael, who's trying hard. Could have been tackled high by Jackson. Umpire sees it that way. He plays on straight away and finds his brother, Matthew. Got a player wide in Miller. Over the top comes that man, Van Verhoosen. He's going to wield onto his left boot. He's got time. Drives the ball long. Oh, in front is Marinoni. And on the second grab, Matthew Marinoni takes the mark. And he'll have the opening shot on goal. 30 metres out, 40-degree angle. I say 45 too much, so I might have to mix it up a little bit. Terrific in that third quarter, very unselfish, gave a couple of goals away and then got one for himself. And going for his second opening score the last quarter, the skipper, Matthew Marinoni, he's hit that a little bit thin, and once again it just goes through for a minor score. 9 goals 13, and 3 goals 2. Those 6 goals pretty much come in the last half of that third quarter. Shared them around. 5 goal kickers, 2 to Elusive, Pethick, Whitehead, Tonkin and Matthew Marinoni with 1 apiece. And Boyup only added a couple of behinds in that third quarter. And the margin is where we're at. As O'Shea drives the ball long again. Best position there is Thompson. He's well sport there by Marinoni. In comes Tonkin. In comes Cowan. Been terrific today. Wheels onto his left boot. Will it stay in play? Bombara sees it over the line. And the ball's gone in to bounce on the full. Jamie Marinoni brings it in. Looking there for his brother. And Matthew Marinoni takes the mark. Right on the boundary line. Tough kick from there. So we can watch out for Lucifer here. 5 to his name already. It's been terrific. Matthew Marinoni. Premiership captain, decides to go short now. There's that man, Lucifer. He'll wield around and have a shot on goal. Well tackled in there by Cowan. He wins the ball out, comes over there, but once again, it's Jamie Marinoni who cuts the ball off. He goes inboard. In front is Riley. Socket off the ground by Pasotto. Hanson in best position. Sockets it off the ground. He's got Green for company. The big frame of Green. He makes front position. Wraps the ball in. Hanson comes in and wraps a good tackle on him. And now the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 60 metres out from goal. Good effort there by both Hanson for Boyup and green for Kojonup. Didn't give away the free kick. And a good tackle. Ball's in. One down by Patel, the big frame. Gets over to, it comes to Pasotto this time. In they come. Belotti's one of them. Van Verhoosen tried to pick it up. It's Pethick. Van Verhoosen gets the ball under his boot looking for Mackenzie Green. But the ball's gone out of bounds. Right in front of the interchange box for Boyup Brook. And be thrown in once again. Early stages of this last quarter. This time Buttle's doing the ruck work. Just Pasotto, a bit of a rest. Ball comes down to Tonkin. Gets a handball away. In comes Cowan. He's rushed over the boundary line by Hassel. And the ball will be thrown in from the same spot once again. So they're trying hard here, the Roos. But Kojonup have all the answers. Ashton gets his player out of the way with ease. Spills out the back to Pethick. Puts it onto his boot. Comes over to Chilwell. Gets a handball over to Riley. Riley tried to cut through but was tackled high by Pethick. And he wins the free kick, centre wing for the Roos. Played reserves today as well. Did Riley. Drives the ball long in front. His Hassel probably spoiled his own teammate there in Tonkin. No, it was Green. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up just inside forward 50 here for the Roos. Haven't kicked the goal since half time. Only a couple of behinds in that third quarter. Over the top comes Ashton. Wins the ball down. Players still throwing himself around. In comes Chilwell. Green's in there. Umpire lets it go. But now he comes in. And we'll throw the ball up about 40 metres out. Boyup's in 9 goals 12. 3 goals 2. Ball's one down. Comes to Matthew Michael. Has a shot on goal. And it just goes through for a minor score. So Abbott, the coach for the league leaders. Kojonup brings the ball back in. Plays on out of the square. Beautiful looking kick. Far side of the ground. Ball comes inboard and finds Marinoni. Jamie. He decides to go wide once again, looking for Jackson. Misses his target. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be thrown in centre wing. 46 points the margin. I haven't said that. I've been trying to work it out as we go. The scoreboard was a little bit out at 3/4 time, but that's okay. That margin was pushed out in the last 10 minutes of that third quarter. They just piled on the goals, did the home team. It comes out to Lloyd. He gets a handball over to Riley for the Roos. Tries to go in the middle of the ground. Cowan slips over right at the inopportune time. Comes to Abbott. He could have been tackled without it. It lingered from Hallett. And Abbott will win the free kick right in the middle of the ground. He's got players wide. He's got Hassel. He's got Whitehead. They can raffle it. No talk. They talked, then they didn't talk. It goes over the back to Matthew Michael. Tries to sockle off the ground. Missed his footing. Now Whitehead's got it. Tries to dribble the ball down towards Luciv. Misses everyone down there. Still in play. Ball knocked back in. Comes to Matthew Marinoni. And then Cowan, with his experiences, rushes it over for a minor score. Just a bit of lack of talking there from Hassel and Whitehead. Had plenty of time. We can forgive them for that. They've been terrific all day, both of those players, as have all of their teammates. Ball comes into play. Umpire's seen a free kick. Not sure what's happening here. It's going the way of the big fella in Buttle for Boyup Brook. Shepherd off the ball, way off the ball. This is probably better than the kick in from fullback. It's taken him nearly to centre wing. Buttle decides to go short, looking for Talon Michael. Misses his target, but mopping it up is Cousins, looking there for Luciv. And Buttle, the recipient of a free kick. Ball's played on straight away. It goes to Tonkin. A lot of whistles out there. I think it's going to be brought back where the relay free kick was awarded. And it might be Luciv to take the kick. Too far out to score is Luciv. The Lee Luciv, 5 goals to his name. He's going to drive this ball inside 50 once again. Been terrific all day. And he comes now, Luciv. Decides to go short. He's got a player short. That's a terrific kick. And it's Tonkin. Led right from the goal square to Tonkin. Kick one in that third quarter. That's Clancy Tonkin. and he'll have a shot on goal from 40 metres out directly in front. Get the opening goal of this last quarter, the way of the home side. In he comes now, Clancy Tonkin close to the man on the mark. It was touched off the mark, and it just goes through for a minor score, courtesy of Ben Thompson for the Roos. Terrific lead there by Clancy Tonkin. Worked hard up there. Him and Ben Thompson for the Roos have had a terrific battle all day. Has have Ashton, Jackson and Posotto in the middle of the ground. Crook's done a terrific job on Cowan. With some terrific tackles. Ball's brought back into play. Goes to a nest of players from both sides on the far side of the ground. They peel off him. Comes to Bellotti. Gets a handball out to Tonkin. Charlie. And the free kick's been given away. And it'll go the way of Boyup Brook. And it'll go the way of Bumbara, the opening goal scorer of the game. Archer Bumbara gets a handball over to Cowan. Nearly messes it up. Puts the ball onto his boot. Bounces over the top of Hallett into the arms of Jamie Marinoni. Manages to get the ball onto his boot and fortuitously finds Hassel, who's been terrific all day. Still too far out to score. Hassel, good looking kick, looking for Lucev, and Lucev takes a terrific sliding mark. And that could nearly be mark of the day for Lucev. He's taken most of his marks today have been chest marks. Terrific leg, decides to go short, looking for Matthew Marinoni, but in the way is Ren Lloyd, and he takes the relieving mark for the Roos. Goes back to where it come from, looking for Posotto. They have the numbers here. In they come now, and the ball will be thrown up right on 50. 10 minutes gone in this last quarter. 9 goals, 15 the home side. 3 goals, 3 Boyup Brook. Last game of the year for the premiers from last year. Ball's thrown up. One down there by Posotto. Middle of the ground. In they come once again. That was Mead for Boyup Brook. Umpire letting it go on still. Quick kick out of the pack. Over there towards Cowan. He gets a handball out to Ren Lloyd, who's pushed himself back. Dances around a couple of players. Then loses control of the ball. Now he puts himself in trouble. And it's Lucev once again, who's laid a terrific tackle. And he'll go back for another shot on goal. This time 40 metres out. Let's go with it. 45-degree angle. A lot of shots on goal for Lee Lucev. He's going for goal number 6. In he comes now. He's not wasting any time. Don't think it's going to carry the journey. And he's miskicked that completely, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. And the ball will be brought back in by David Cowan, the skipper of the Roos. Been terrific today, Cowan. Hasn't had it all his own way. Crook's done a fantastic job whenever he's around him. But he'll keep on trying, this bloke. And he comes now. He decides to drive the ball long. I don't know if he was looking for Lloyd there, but Lloyd was in the right position. And he takes the mark, still inside defensive 50 for the Roos. He looks very clean, Ren Lloyd. Most of the players out there are reasonably dirty. And maybe he's just holding his feet. He goes on the outer side of the ground. Best position is Jackson. Takes the mark, plays on, gets a handball over. Marinoni, Jamie, drives the ball down. Looking there for Tonkin, goes over the top of him. Thompson's there, Ben. Goes over to Cowan, but all he's done is put it in the path of Whitehead. Whitehead snaps on goal. Should have done better there, Whitehead. And it goes through for another minor score. So 9 goals, 16 now. 25 scoring shots to 6. This margin could have been a lot more. Tough conditions, but some of the goals, some of the shots on goal should have been goals. But then again, in the third quarter, they did make hard work of some of the goals they did get, so it probably evens itself out. As the sun's out now, halfway through this last quarter, 9 goals, 16, the Cougars, the home side, 3 goals, 3. They're going to be playing second semi-final. We've probably known that for a few weeks now. Best team by foot that I've seen for a long, long time. Really slingshot off half-back. And they're well coached by Abbott. He's a terrific player himself. Ball's thrown in right on the 50-metre line. Lands short, no ruckman win it down. It comes over to Michael. Gets a handball over to his brother Talon. In they come now. Jackson gets a handball out, puts Bellotti under pressure. He's well wrapped up and the ball goes out of bounds. and be thrown in once again. This time about 75 metres out from Kojonup's goal. No goals scored in this last quarter so far. Just 4 points to the home side, 1 point to the Roos. Ball's thrown in, misses everyone. Handball comes to Riley, who was under pressure, just chucked onto the boot, and it goes out of bounds. And centre wing, far side of the ground here, the ball will be thrown in once again. 10 minutes gone in this last quarter. Jackson wins the ball down. It comes to Luciff, who's been terrific. Just chucks the ball onto the boot. Tonkin's there. Thompson's there. Here comes Marinoni, the skipper. What can Thompson do? Try and knock the ball through. In comes Lloyd, and eventually they do, just for a minor score. Matthew Marinoni was ready to pounce. Thompson missed the first one, but he had support there from Lloyd, and the ball's rushed through for a minor score. You think Leon might just say how he pronounces his name before he runs out on the ground, just to help me out as we move into the finals. Anything Leon would be good. Lock comes out to O'Shea, over to Hassel. Hassel gets cut off there by Hallett. O'Shea wins the ball back to Jamie Marinoni. He gets a handball out towards Hassel. It's over to Tonkin. Tonkin breaks through. He's going to have a shot on goal as Tonkin goes over the back. Luciff was there with his sleeves rolled up. Now they're in a bit of bother. Comes to Matthew Marinoni. He's got time to wheel around onto his left. It's not going to carry. Tonkin could have been pushed front on contact. And Tonkin will have the shot on goal right on the point post.
If you go 4,000, you're covered. 80% covered.
He doesn't waste any time. This Tonkin wheels around and kicks his second. So the opening major of the last quarter goes away to the home side. Tonkin gets his second. Front on contact there from Ben Thompson from Boyup. Terrific duel down there. And while I was asking Leon to explain his name, Tonkin ran around and kicked the goal. It's beautiful conditions now as far as sunlight. And that margin stretches out once again. 10 goals, 18. The home side, 3 goals, 3. Haven't kicked a goal since half-time, Boyup Brook. They've tried hard, but Kojonup have all the answers with class and teamwork. Ball back in the middle of the ground. This time Jackson's in the ruck. He wins it down towards O'Shea, but he's wrapped up straight away by Matthew Michael. Play lets it go on. Comes out to Hassel, who's been terrific. Gets a handball over to Tom Bigwood. Drives the ball down to Whitehead. Carries him over to Matthew Marinoni, the skipper. He wheels around onto his left in a dangerous position. In comes Cowan. Luciff's there. Now they have the cavalry there. Cowan tackles. Comes over to O'Shea. He just chucks it onto his boot. In comes Matthew Marinoni trying to take the mark. Comes over to Tonkin. He'll have a snap on goal. What's it done? What's it done? Umpire didn't move much. It looked like it was going straight over his head, but it's just gone through for a minor score. So plenty of shots on goal. 10 goals, 19 the home side. 3 goals, 3 the Roos. 29 scoring shots to 6. So this margin, as we've talked about, could have been a lot more. As Matthew Michael brings the ball in, kicks it, lands towards Bumbara. He misses the mark. Now he's got Bigwood for company. The ball goes out over the boundary line to be thrown in about 60 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Lee Luciff with 5, Pethick, Whitehead, Matthew Marinoni 1 apiece, Tonkin with 2, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. The only one in the fourth so far. Ball's run out by Tonkin, comes over to Bigwood, tries to get around Lloyd, but Lloyd lays a terrific tackle and he'll win the relieving free kick. Been good down there, Lloyd, in the last quarter, been under pressure. Terrific player, Ren Lloyd. Been called to play on now, drives the ball long, best position is Abbott, and Abbott takes the mark in front of Battelle. Decides to come in the middle of the ground. He finds Luciff, who's found space once again. He goes long. He's looking for Matthew Marinoni. Over in front of him comes Michael. Now Van Verhoosen. Matthew Marinoni comes to him. Over to Whitehead. Gets onto his left foot. Has another shot on goal. And another minor score for the home side. 20 points now I've got him as. 10 goals, 20. Ball's brought back into play, looking for Michael. And how's the umpire seen this one? He's marked it inside the boundary line. Just. Matthew Michael, premiership coach from last year, goes down the line, looking for Cowan. Cowan gets it over to Riley. In comes Mackenzie Green. He tries to fend off Cowan. Two big bulls going at it. It comes over to O'Shea. Gets onto his left boot. Right at the top of the square. Lucif is there. He's going to ask for the handball here. And he gets the handball. And he snaps on goal. And he puts through goal number 6 for Lucif. Another goal to the small forward. Spent a fair bit of time in the midfield today. 6 goals. 3 in the first half. 3 in the second half so far. Still plenty of time to get a couple more. Unselfish play once again. A terrific game by Lucif. Really playing for that game. The honour of his granddad, Rocky Lucif, today. He's been terrific right from the get-go. As have the whole Kojonup team. They've been terrific. Under a bit of pressure in the first half. But the pressure slipped off. It's just relentless from the Cougars at the moment. 11 goals, 19 to 3 goals, 3. 30 scoring shots. The ball's back in the middle once again. Ashton back in the ruck. He's out rucked there by Pasotto. Pasotto tries to win the ball back. Comes to Bigwood. Over to Peffick. In comes Talon Michael with a smother. It lands in his hands. He's got Hassel for company. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up just forward to centre. Boyup's way. 2 goals to 0 in this last quarter. Tonkin and Lucif, goal apiece. Lucif with 6 for the match. Ball goes straight up and straight down. And the umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. 7 minutes to go in this game. Pasotto rucked tirelessly all day. Tries to get rid of Ashton. Ashton's won the free kick right in the middle of the ground. Wasn't much in that. Decides to go wide and finds Tonkin. That's Tonkin Charlie. He goes down looking for Marinoni. In comes Archer Bombara. Tries to get a handball over to Cowan. But Matthew Marinoni, the skipper, comes in. He's been terrific. Michael tries to soccer the ball off the ground. Mackenzie Green's there. Number's still there. The umpire lets it go on. Talon Michael wins the kick out of the pack, but it lands in the arms of Abbott, who takes another uncontested chest mark. He goes wide and finds Tonkin once again. Awkward kicking style, but he gets a lot of the footy. Looking there for Ashton. Drops what he should have taken. In they come now. Riley picks it up. Drives it looking for Hallett. And Hallett this time in front of Jamie Marinoni takes the chest mark. He drives the ball long. They have the numbers here. Do Kojonup. It lands in the arms of Hanson. Tries to get the handball over to Chilwell. Sock it off the ground. What's it going to do here? What's it going to... Oh, it's hit the post. Unlucky there. They needed a goal there, the Roos, just to give themselves some confidence. Ball's brought back in straight away. Looking for Heusler. Lands at his feet. Could have been thrown out. Comes over to Bigwood. Handballs back to Heusler. Puts him under a little bit of pressure. Now it's playing advantage. No, it's not, as Marinoni holds it up. And the relieving free kick will go the way of Nicholas Heusler. He goes short and finds Peffick. Right in front of the timekeeper's box here. Jeffrey Peffick kicked the goal in that third quarter. Goes down looking for Hassel. That's a terrific mark in front of his eyes with a wet footy in front of Matthew Michael. He's been terrific. Goes in the middle of the ground and finds the big frame of Mackenzie Green. Got players wide. Could have done better, but they have time. It goes to Jamie Marinoni. Ball lands short, looking there for his brother Matthew. I'm sure they'll talk about that at the dinner table tonight. It should have been better. Puts him under pressure. And the umpire's seen a free kick here, and it'll go the way of Ben Thompson. Has Saunders wide if he wants him. I don't know if he was aiming for him, but Hassel has been terrific today. Takes another uncontested mark. Has a player short, and that player is Bellotti. So still 2.5 kicks out from goal. Bellotti puts it looking there for Lucif, and Lucif drops what he should have taken. He's caught everything today. Comes over to Riley. Back to Heusler. Great pick up from Heusler. Kick a goal. And he's pushed it across. Still in play. Could have been a hold there to Tonkin. He mops up now. Gets around his play with ease. Sells a bit of candy. And this time he puts it through. Courtesy of a great pickup from Nicholas Heusler. Off the ground with a wet footy. I was hoping he'd get a goal so I could give him a pair of thongs at the end of the day, Rob. But Tonkin sold a couple of bits of candy. He puts through his second for the last quarter and third for the game. And Clancy Tonkin with 3, Lucive with 6. Just the relentless pressure from the home side. Terrific pickup there from Heusler. I thought it had the distance. I was hoping it was, as you can tell. But Tonkin was there. Second, third effort. Sold a bit of candy. Put it through right on the goal line. 12 goals, 19 now. To 3 goals for the Roos. The margin just keeps on increasing. Middle of the ground. This time Ashton wins the ruck knockdown over Pisotto. It comes to Matthew Michael. And he's been legged and he'll win the relieving free kick. Just left the centre in the middle of the ground. Got Riley short if he wants him. Looking for the big frame there of Buttle. Probably spoiled his teammate there in his brother, Talon Michael. The handball comes back out to Tom Cousins. Tries to get the ball out there towards Tonkin, who's been terrific. Cousins follows up with a second effort. Another terrific pickup. Tries to get the ball out. How's the umpire going to see this one? He lets it play on in the middle of the ground. They come now, and Clark takes it just on defensive 50. He's got Hassel short if he wants him. Decides to take a different option, and the sat man Heusler still in the middle of the ground. Now he goes to Hassel. He's got Green out wide once again. Green's run on from halfback, and he takes the mark. So near on centre wing, right in front of us now. Goes short and finds Bellotti in front of Saunders. They're still moving hard here, looking for the skipper. And Marinoni keeps the ball in front of him. Gets the handball out to Peffick. Couldn't get a handle on it. Now he's got Saunders there. Knocks the ball out in the direction of Cowan. Cowan handballs to Michael. Michael back to Ben Thompson. He's got Chilwell down. He's called for it. Goes over his head. Goes over Hanson's head. Lands in the hands of Abbott. Gets pushed off it by Hanson. Handball over to Buttle. Trying to handball out. But Abbott's there. And in the middle of the ground. Goes over Bumbara looking for Ashton. Ashton's got Pisotto for company. This will be good. Pisotto, the two big balls go at it. Ashton keeps the ball in front of him. Now Riley's there trying to help his teammate Pisotto. Knocks the ball out in the direction of Bumbara. Talon Michael's there. In they come once again, but numbers win out, and it's Abbott. Handballs over to Bellotti. Play on advantage. He's been good, Bellotti. Right in front of us. One play ago. Just looking for options. He's got time. Kicks it over Saunders' head. Had more time than that. Misses his target there in Tonkin. And the mark is taken there by Mead. He goes short and finds Lloyd just outside defensive 50. Goes wide and finds the big ruckman in Pisotto. Centre wing, far side of the ground. Minute and a half to go. Pisotto drives the ball long, looking for Hanson, asking a fair bit of him. They spoil each other in the pack. In comes Green. Van Verhoosen picks it up, drives it onto his left boot straight away. Goes over the top of Lucive, who's been terrific. Then he's in once again. It's bouncing for him today. They set upon him. He gets a handball out. Tonkin's in there. In they come. Lucive once again. It lands back to him. Over to Bellotti. He's well tackled there by Michael. He's well tackled. The umpire said that was a great tackle. And the free kick will go the way of the coach for the Roos, in Matty Michael, who hasn't given up trying all day. Looking there for Hallett. Misses what he should have taken. Now he's outnumbered 3-1. One of them is Peffick. Plenty of time to assess the situation. Looking for Whitehead. Free kick could have been given. Lands in the arms of Lucive once again. Blotty's got time. Misses the chest mark. Over to Tonkin. Will he kick one this time? Has a shot on goal. And it's just gone through for a minor score. Geez, they're finding a lot of space here. The Cougars deep into this game. What's that deep? It's 30 seconds to go. Blotty missed the mark, but he had plenty of time to recover. Handball over to Tonkin. I think the whole crowd and team want him to kick a goal. He might have to be 5 metres, a little bit closer maybe. Ball's brought back in there by Cowan. And he finds Mead. They've got some tries, Boyup. They just haven't got the cattle this year. But they'll reassess. Premiers last year, a bit of a drop-off for them. Ball's out there looking for Matthew Michael. Patel's there, trying to help him out. Michael tying it up, he could be in trouble. But no, the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 70 metres out. The way it's landing for Luciv today, 15 seconds to go. There's probably enough time for him to get another goal. 2 kicks out. It's going to have to be quick. Ball's thrown up. Ashton wins the ball down. It comes over to Michael. He just chucks it onto his boot. Hallett misses another chest mark. In comes a big frame of Patel. Bellotti wins the ball out. Here it is. Comes to Abbott. He's got to do it now. Lands in the front in the arms of Tonkin after the siren. A terrific game of footy. Scoreboard says 12 goals 20. It's at 92. 3 goals for 22. 70 point the margin. The end of the day, the Kojonup Cougars, it was tied at half time. 3 goals 8 to 3 goals. 8 point leaders. But in that third quarter, 6 goals to 0. And then in the last quarter, 3 goals to 0 once again. So it's at 9 goals to 0 in the second half. And that was the margin for the end of the day. Lee Luciv with 6. 3 in the first half and 3 in the second half. Charlie Tonkin with 3. 1 in the third quarter and 2 in the fourth quarter. It's terrific down forward. Pevic, Whitehead and Matthew Marinoni with 1 apiece. And Bombara kicked the opening goal of the match and put them in front actually, Boyup Brook. And then that was it for them. And then Lloyd and Hallett with 1 apiece in the second quarter and no goal scorers after half time. So once again, I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Triple M Rocks Footy, Taliesin Lithium, the Rocky Luciv Memorial Game. And I think Lee Luciv, he'd be proud of his grandson and Lee Luciv. He'd be proud of all his grandsons, but Lee Luciv turned it on today with 6. For me, player of the match. I thought Hugh Hassel was terrific today. I mean, there wasn't many great marks. It's not a day for great marks, but that mark right in front of the commentary box here, right in front of his eyes with a wet ball. If he didn't take that mark, it probably would have nearly knocked him out. It was right in front of his eyes, but it was a terrific mark. But they just play as a team, Kojonup. They go into the finals. They have got one more game to play, which is against Bridgetown before the finals start. They'll have a couple of weeks off. I'm sure Mitch Blakers will come back. They'll be at full strength. They are a superb team by foot. They run as a team, and that team, as the word is, they play as a team, and that's why they sit on top of the ladder. For Boyup Brook, disappointing season. Lost a lot of players, injury, travel, all the rest of it, but they keep on keeping on. They won a premiership last year. They've been starved of opportunities for a very long time, up until about 10 years ago now, 2 or 3 premierships in that time frame, which might not sound a lot, but in any competition of footy, it is a lot. So, Kojonup, they'll go into the finals, get through Bridgetown next week, work on their game plan, which seems to be as solid as ever, and work hard. And for Boyup Brook, well, mothballs for them. They'll put their feet up. Disappointing season, but they'll regroup. They're a proud club, and they'll come back next year. So 12 goals, 20, final score. That's Kojonup Cougars. 3 goals for Boyup Brook from the Kojonup Sporting Complex. Thank you. Done.
Well done. Good stuff. Well done. Great call. You won them all.